Oh no.
What?
My lights are on.
Oh no.
People will think we're sitting in the dark. You and me going fishing in the dark. Just kidding, we're fishing in the... I jammed my fingers, Jeff. Do you care? Didn't think so. Hello everyone, welcome back to Foster the Meeple, a channel all about
board games.
And
not yawning in the first 5 seconds.
My God, actually it was the first 2 seconds. How dare you? Welcome back. We are here again for another board game snapshot.
I told Jamie I didn't have a big one.
We didn't have a big one in them today.
Last night, I was sleeping, and I remember kind of waking up like something got sucked into my
tumbleweed
into my lung, and it was like big enough to wake me up, and I was like, and then I started coughing, and now I've been coughing ever since.
It was a very loud.
Well, what if it's stuck in there, my lungs?
Might be.
What happens then?
Fur lung.
No, but what happens?
You're gonna get fur flu.
That was a really bad joke. What happens in that instance?
I honestly don't know. You'll do a hairball and it'll be fine.
Remove my lung?
Yeah. Anyways.
Because of a hairball?
We are back with another board game snapshot, and for anybody that doesn't know, our snapshot videos are where we do 5 mini reviews or previews depending on the game. We recently got back from GaggleCon.
Fourth?
Fourth? 5. GaggleCon number 5. For anybody that doesn't know, we've had a few questions about this. What is GaggleCon? GaggleCon is where either we go to PEI or Rodney and Christy come to us. But we go visit Rodney and Christy, our friends.
Did we count that when they came to us as GaggleCon?
No, we didn't. We didn't. But someday they might come to us. But basically, that's what it is. So if you hear us say GaggleCon, it's just our little mini gathering of the 4 of us. And we talk about geese because there's geese in Canada and we're Canadian. It is what it is.
And in the record.
But we have 5 games to talk about today. And the first one is from the sponsor of today's video. And that is Electric Loot Games. And we're going to be talking about Famous Stage 1. Now, like I said, this is sponsored, so this is a little bit of a preview. Now, this game comes from a fellow East Coast Canadian, which is awesome. Crazy. And in case you'd like to see the back of the box, because some people do enjoy that, there it is. So let's talk about Famous Stage 1. You are a dreamer with a fire in your heart, a tune in your mind, and big ideas going off like fireworks. You've just booked your first gig, but you'll need to find the right musicians to back you up on stage. And there's a lot to do before you step into the studio in 3 months from now. It's time to get out of the basement and into the spotlight. Famous Stage 1 is a theme-first strategic adventure for 1 to 4 players. Every element of the game makes thematic sense as you spend your precious hours managing your band's personnel, bookings, services, songwritings, rehearsal, equipment, supporters, and promotion. If you spend your resources wisely, seize opportunities at the right moments, and keep an eye on the big picture, you just might become the most famous person at the table. Your objective is to lead your band over 12 rounds, aka weeks, by collecting the best song cards, upgrading your musician skills, selling merch, pursuing prospects, hiring diverse services, playing gigs for cash and fame, and achieving your musician's individual personality goals. Although some of it will derive from this main stage of the game, most of your fame will come from the end game scoring, aka the finale, wherein your well-laid plans will finally pay off. So that's a little bit about Famous Stage 1. I'm going to have the links. Everything you need to know will be in the description below. This is definitely for fans of music. There's a lot going on, a lot of moving pieces. Once again, let me just show you the back of the board. You're creating a band, you're doing music stuff. You are rock and roll. You are rock and roll. Okay, so get ready for it.
Everything you just said would be like anti-rock and roll.
You
didn't sound hip at all.
You, sir, are rock and roll. Okay, your album's gonna get ratings. You've got just look at the iconography. There's so much stuff going on in this game, so if you are interested in learning more, please check the links. And once again, shout out to Electric Loot for sponsoring this portion of the video.
Did you ever want to be in a band?
I was in band.
No, in a band.
Clarinet.
No, in a band. Did you ever want to be in a band, like a garage band, like a music band?
No.
Me neither.
What would we do?
I play clarinet. I'm like the least musical person on the planet, I think.
That's very accurate.
I've tried to learn guitar so many times, and I got no rhythms.
No rhythms.
I got no rhythm.
Check out Famous Stage 1. Pew! All right, Jeff.
I bet you I could play recorder better than you.
I play clarinet.
So it's not a recorder, it's a different instrument.
It's literally the same shape.
No, I bet you I could. Next one up is a game we don't actually own.
I wish.
But it will be getting added to the collection at some point. And that is Hot Streak.
Yes.
Hot Streak is from CMYK Games.
Correct.
Hot Streak is a raucous good time. It is a mascot race.
It's a mascot race. Like sports team mascots.
With a bit of betting on the side. So think kind of like
Ready,
Set, Bet, but a little bit more gamery, less kind of just throwing bets out. In Hot Streak, there are 4 mascots that you can play as, and you're going to be dealt a hand of cards. Each one of those characters is going to have their own card set that might be played in the game. Each person is going to draw or pull one of those cards from their hand of cards to add to the deck.
Yeah.
And that deck of cards is what's going to determine movement of the 4 mascots on sweet Lordy Jesus. Of the 4 mascots on the board.
Yeah.
The cards that you can get will either move a character a couple spaces forward, maybe they'll make them fall down, maybe they'll make them turn around and go backwards, it might make them move sideways or left or right.
Go to the next star.
It might make you bump into each other and fall down. It's a bunch of chaos.
Yeah.
You are going to make a bet based off of a bunch of different criteria, which is going to change round from round, but ultimately what you're going to be betting on for the most part is who wins the race. Who wins the race, who comes in second, who comes in third. Depending on the betting tile that you take, you're going to score a corresponding amount of money or victory points. Whoever has the most victory points at the end of the game is going to win. There's also a general betting area that you can bet on things like
there's yes or no questions.
Will someone be crawling in the final tier of the race, the final leg of the race? And what that means is if you fall down and a movement card is played for that character, they're going to not move the full amount, but they are going to crawl forward because they've fallen over.
Yeah.
That's basically the game. It is absolutely chaos. It is so simple.
It's so silly.
And it is so freaking fun.
Yeah. Within the first round, Jeff was like, this is the best game ever made.
It is the best game ever created. This is a great game if you maybe have some friends in your group that, don't really like board games.
Or love board games.
Or love board games. But I just want to specifically mention, this game is really for anyone. It is so simple to play. It's very easy, and it's just
the production.
Silly. Then, yes, the production of this game is nuts. So the box comes with the 4 characters in it, and each character's like this tall. They're painted. I should say the copy we played was all painted. No, that's
the standard copy.
Okay, so that's a standard copy. Yeah. Good. I just want to be sure I wasn't saying something that wasn't accurate. 4 of the characters that are painted. They're chonky. They're big. They're beautiful. And then the board is actually this like roll-out map.
Yeah,
that's going to roll out of the box, and it's the field that you're running on. And then when you're done, you roll it back up into the box, put the characters in, put the tiles in, put it away. It's kind of like a cylinder, but a square cylinder. What's that called?
It's
a rectangular cube.
It's a rectangle, and then the map comes out of it.
Yeah, but I was trying to specify that it's like it's not long this way; it's long this way. Anywho, Hot Streak. CMYK, it's going to, once more people get this thing in their hands, it's going to blow up.
It's fantastic. I really loved it. We played it 2 times in a row. And what's really interesting about this game as well is that, like, at the very beginning, you pull a certain amount of cards from the deck, and everybody gets to see what cards could possibly be in the deck. And then everybody gets their hand of cards that they'll contribute, like Jeff said. But at the beginning of each round, there's 3 rounds. You burn 3 cards. So there's going to be 3 cards that you've seen that won't go out.
Yep.
And then there's going to be however many players are that many cards added that you don't know about that will go in. And you're making bets before you see any of that, basically. Like you see the cards like, oh, these are the possibilities. So I think that's really cool because it gives you a little information and the information helps almost 0%.
Also, I think I won every game that we played.
What?
I think I won this both times. I did.
I think I only recorded
No, we only played once. We only played one time. We did only play one time.
Oh, okay. We only played one time. Yeah,
we only
Jeff
played one
did
time
win.
and I won.
The next game is a game that we were sent for review from Asmodee, from Z-Man Games through Asmodee, and that is The Fate of Fellowship. The Fate of the Fellowship, Lord of the Rings, The Fate of the Fellowship, which is part of the pandemic system, but it is slightly different. Okay? Just so everybody knows. It's going to be slightly different because you're probably thinking, I thought you guys didn't like pandemic. We don't.
Well, when you paste on a Lord of the Rings IP, you got this guy in.
Well, we're going to like it anyway. So, in Fate of the Fellowship, every player is playing as 2 different characters. All of the characters, there's so many to choose from, have different actions they could do, different special abilities, and the main goal, we have one goal, your main objective, destroy the ring, the one ring. Throw it into Mordor, burn it. The ring, the one ring.
What were you going to say the first time though? The wing?
The one ring. Anyways, and then on top of that, you're going to have other objectives that you have to complete before you can complete that. All the characters are going to start in their own perspective areas of Middle Earth.
Perspective.
What did I say?
Perspective.
And then they are going to be taking actions in order to complete the objectives and eventually do the main objective. So when you have 2 characters, it is a co-op game. One of those characters gets to take 4 actions. The other character only gets to take 1 action, and you choose who is who. Now, this is going to be different in a solo game where you play as 5 characters. Frodo and Sam always need to be played because Frodo has one job. And really, Sam's doing all the heavy lifting. We all know that. There are going to be different things that you could do. You could travel along the map. There are Nazgul everywhere. There are Shadow Knights, I think they're called. They're basically orcs, but they're everywhere that you're trying to combat. And then we also have the Eye of Sauron, who's always watching.
Always watching.
He's always watching. So anytime that Frodo moves somewhere, unless you play a stealth card. Unless you play a stealth card when you're moving Frodo, the eye is going to go to a space and you have to do a search because the eye is searching for him. But then if you combat, the eye goes there. There's a lot happening. We played this at GaggleCon with Rodney. We lost.
Yeah.
We came close.
We were very close.
I played it last night solo. I lost. I was literally right next to Mount Doom.
That's where we were too.
I had the whole fellowship with me.
Yeah.
Lost.
Yeah, we had so many Nazgul.
So many Nazgul. And then, like I said, all the characters have their special abilities, and you're going to take your actions, then you're going to draw cards into your hand. Some of those cards are called Skies Darken. And the Skies Darken cards, Skies Darken, that sounds weird, doesn't it? Darken? Anyways, those cards are going to make a bunch of bad things happen. And then you have to flip shadow cards. You're going to flip as many as there's threat, basically. And then more bad things are going to happen. It's crazy. There's just a lot going on. But with all that being said, do we like it? The answer is I freaking loved it.
Yeah, I've expressed on this channel many times. Cooperative games are not necessarily my cup of tea. But this one was an absolute certified banger. I very much liked it. Now, again, biased because I love Lord of the Rings very, very much. And anytime you put a Lord of the Rings IP on something, I'm probably going to like it more. But it felt incredibly thematic to Lord of the Rings. It really felt like you were playing that story. The thing I like the most is the cascading movement of the troops. So in this game, there's these paths that you can follow to go to these different regions. And the Fellowship can kind of go along these paths in any direction. The orcs and Sauron's minions,
they're like Shadow Knights or something.
Minus the Nazgul, have a specific path they're going to follow when they activate. So, and they all kind of like move in this pattern of, from Erebor to Nirn. And so then you have to take the units that are in Nirn and move them first to the first place, and then you move the next ones over, and like there's this whole map path that you have to follow for all of these characters. It's really good and challenging. It's so tight. I think
Mm-hmm.
like one or two. So I think when we were talking about the game afterward, we made like I think one error.
We lost all four.
In judgment in terms of like moving the eye away from us, and we didn't move the eye away, and then we ended up losing because of that decision. I think it's very tight and very challenging, and we were just playing with like the intro base character stuff.
Yeah,
like, hey, this
we're
is the most
basic.
thematic kind of experience you can take. But like some of the characters are just chaos incarnate, and I'm really really excited to play more of it. I completely shocked that I liked it as much as I did.
Yeah, you didn't find the co-op to be...
No, I do think this is like, as I've stated, when I play these types of games, I pretty much only want to play it at 2, and I only play it with Jamie. Because there is, like, I could foresee these
just
games...
having the same issues as regular Pandemic.
Or any, like, Spirit Island or any other cooperative game.
Yeah.
So be mindful of that.
Yeah, and in our like group play, Jeff played as Frodo and Sam. Somebody always has to play as Frodo and Sam.
Yeah, it was Frodo and Sam and Legolas. Yeah.
And I was Merry and Pippin and Éowyn. And
Merry and Pippin, I feel like, were kind of useless.
Well, they got hearts, and hearts are good because if they got 3 hearts, then they could increase hope by 2.
But you couldn't get hearts.
It was hard because anytime you muster, you need a heart.
Yeah.
So, but the character I used Éowyn in both of my plays so far, and she's by far the best one because she could just kill Nazgul.
She can pop off Nazgul.
It's awesome. Anyways, I think it's great. I enjoyed it co-op. I really liked it solo. The solo game plays the exact same way pretty much with the exception of you have 4 characters and Frodo and Sam, and you're basically like moving through which characters you can use round over round. Lots of planning. But when this video comes out, my BGG solo mode video of it should be live. So if you're interested in seeing how to play solo, you can go watch that.
Over on BGG.
Over on Board Game Geek, BGG. We have a giveaway. Let's talk about a giveaway. I don't know what we're leading up to. That was what we were leading up to. We are going to be giving away, this is sponsored by Keymaster. Keymaster Games has a new game coming out called Hanami, which is currently on Kickstarter. So we're going to be giving away a pledge of Hanami, but let me tell you a little bit about the game first, and I'll tell you what we're giving away. Pack your bento box, grab your picnic blanket, and find the perfect spot under the treetops. The sakura blossoms are in full bloom, and people from all over are gathered in the park for Hanami, a centuries-old Japanese springtime tradition. In Hanami, you'll be picnicking in parks all across Japan and Tokyo City in the springtime, fighting the crowds to celebrate the floral spectacle. Hanami is a new re-imaging of the classic game Samurai designed by Dr. Reiner Knizia. This updated game tells a new story, one of relaxing picnic lunches among the cherry blossoms and paper lanterns of Tokyo City parks, or the lush countryside of Japan. It brings new strategies and 2 distinct ways to play. The Japan map allows players to enjoy a classic samurai rule set, and the Tokyo setup gives players new challenges, new abilities, and new tiles. You can find a bit about the game on Board Game Geek, which will be linked in the description, as well as the Kickstarter page. The development of Hanami and changes from previous iterations of the game have been reviewed and approved by Dr. Knizia himself. The theme and contents of Hanami have been made in collaboration with a Japanese cultural consultant. So that's a little bit about Hanami. Now let's look at what's going on here. So the Kickstarter is currently live. It will run until September 4th. So if it sounds like something you might be interested in and you're worried you're not going to win the giveaway, feel free to back it. The link is in the description below. We are going to be giving away 3 Deluxe Edition pledges, which have premium components. That's fancy. Premium components and exclusive upgrades from the retail edition. The giveaway is going to be running from August 25th to 29th. So we've already posted about this. If you're hearing this now, we've already posted in our Discord and on Instagram. But as of today, it's the 27th, so you still have a couple of days to enter the giveaway. To enter, what you're going to do is put in the comments below what your favorite Reiner Knizia game is.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
Dr. Reiner Knizia. There are many to choose from. We would love to know what your favorite one is. But if you'd like to enter the giveaway, please do that. We're excited to be partnering with Keymaster Games on this, and let's get back to the video.
Next one up for us is an older game with a new re-implementation, and that is Survive the Island.
It was also sent to us for review.
We've been meaning to play this one for a very long time. We have both versions of this game.
Yes.
We have the original and the new version. I don't know any differences, so I'm not going to speak to any of that.
Rodney mentioned that there were some differences.
Other than aesthetics.
Maybe,
I'm not sure, so I'm not going to speak to that. But I'll talk about kind of the core mechanisms of the game. It is a competitive game where you are trying to get your survivors off of the island. And the island is a bunch of different tiles with a bunch of different layers representing how long that tile is going to exist on the island before it just becomes water. And that's not necessarily a bad thing because your survivors can swim, but you're going to move a lot slower, and there's lots of dangers in the water. So in this game, there's, I mean, at least the one we played, again, speaking to what we experienced, not the original. We played with a Godzilla character, there was a sea serpent, and sharks. And each one of those characters has their own ways that are going to interact with the island and interact with the survivors. But ultimately, what you're trying to do is get your survivors from the island offshore. There's rafts that are going to go around, and you can kind of pick up your characters and move them around. You can manipulate the bad guys, and ultimately what you're trying to do is get your guys off. And at the bottom of each one of your meeples is a varying degree of victory points. So there's like, some of your meeples are worth 5, some of them are worth 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it's all written on their butts.
You get to look at them and place them out to the beginning of the game, but after that, you don't get to look to see what value meeples are where. So you have to kind of try to remember where your high value meeples are, because other people can manipulate this stuff and manipulate your meeples and manipulate the island, manipulate the monsters in order to get your people eaten.
Yeah.
Whoever has the most survivors off with the most victory points underneath at the end of the game wins. This is another game that I think is
so fun,
so incredible for like the right group.
Yeah.
Like,
and simple.
It's so simple. I understand why like people have been harping on us to try this game forever, because it's exactly the type of gameplay we like.
Yeah.
We like to be mean, we like to be cutthroat, and this was exactly that in a very cute little package. I want to play this more. I really want to introduce this game to Matt and Mel. I think they would like it a lot. I'd love to play with Ben and Sarah. I'm not sure if they've tried it, but yeah, Survive the Island. It's great, regardless of spectrum of where you are in the hobby, in my opinion. You can play it with newbies. You can play it with someone that's played a ton of games.
But just for a fair warning, it is a mean game, and it is meant to be a mean game. So you have to lean into that, and you can't get offended if someone, pounces a Godzilla on you.
Or keeps surrounding your meeples with sharks.
And
and eats your raft.
It's great. It was super fun, super mean. I loved it. And Rodney said that there are multiple expansions with
I'm assuming new monsters
and stuff like that. So I don't know. I don't even think we've ever even opened our box.
We haven't.
Either of them.
Yeah, we should see what we got.
Yeah, I think it's super fun.
Yeah, anyway, that's Survive the Island. Chef's kiss.
Last but not least is another one that we don't own, but it is on Board Game Arena in Alpha. If you have Alpha and you'd like to try it, and I would really love to get a copy of this. But that is Bohemians from Portal Games. We played this with Rodney, and like I said, it's on Board Game Arena, and now you're playing it on Board Game Arena. So,
I don't really know what I'm doing, but I understand the premise and what I'm doing, but strategy-wise, no.
So I played this 2-player with Rodney. And basically what this is you are some form of an artist. Maybe you're a writer.
You're a bohemian.
Yeah, you're a bohemian. Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you're a busker. Maybe you're a painter.
Isn't that a thing?
Maybe you're a musician. I don't know. Bohemian Rhapsody.
Let's look it up just so we know.
Person or lifestyle characterized by artistic, unconventional, and often nomadic or unconventional living. Exactly. He's such a bohemian.
Ben's bohemian.
That is the theme. So how this game works is you have your little board in front of you, and each board has one color at one end and one color at the other end. It's going to be different for everybody. Mine,
it is?
Yeah,
I
mine was
didn't know
like
that.
purple and blue.
Got it.
Then you're going to have a hand of cards, and these cards are like activities that you are doing throughout your day. So when you take your turn, or everybody kind of does this simultaneously, you are going to be playing out cards onto your board, and there's 4 spaces. There are icons on these cards, and there's like a half icon on each card. And if you match those up, you get an inspiration point. If you put the right color on top of the right color on your board, you get another inspiration point. Inspiration points are how we buy more cards. So it's a bit of a deck building game. Then, at least the way Rodney and I played it, you don't have to play it like this. Once you go into your day, you read out what you've done for the day. So it might be, I started my day off daydreaming. And then I decided that I needed to go to the cafe, and then I met with all my friends to talk about work and politics, and then whatever. There's another element of this.
I was just going to say, I was in the other room while they were playing this, and it was hilariously entertaining to listen to each of them tell their stories.
We were just living
Especially
the vibe.
When syphilis was being passed around.
That's a good point. So there's another element of this on those 4 slots. You also have a tile that's your job. And so you should go to work at one point during the day. And if
I'm a
you
bagger.
Jeff in the game right now, and I'm a busker. If you do go to work, then you don't have to take a hardship. But if you want to be laissez-faire and not go to work, whatever, I barely went to work, you're going to get a hardship. And those hardships are then going to be added into your deck, and they are bad things that happen. As an example, I had hypersexuality. Rodney got a syphilis hardship, which the special power of that is that you give another player, you give everyone else syphilis. There's things like, anxiety or peer pressure. Like there's all of these things. And so they get added into your deck. Later, when you draw new cards, if you get one, you have to play it. Now, there are different ways where you can ignore or reject these cards by getting rid of them, but that is an element. If you don't go to work, you get a hardship. Okay? So that's what you're doing. You're just building out your day. With all the inspiration points that you get, you then buy new cards. And there's 2 types of cards. You can get more of these activity cards, or you can get muses. And the muses are going to be played at the bottom of your board, and they are going to give you more things.
Can you get a new job?
No.
So I'm a bagger the whole game?
Correct. Great job, Jeff. Then there's other things that you do through this like Artelier board or whatever it is, but that's basically the game. You're going to continue, and the whole point is that you are getting these cards, and I don't remember what they're called. But the first one costs 8 inspiration, then the next one costs 9, then 10, then 11, then 12, then 13, and so on. The first person to get 5 will end the game.
I'm assuming they're just like activity cards.
But they're like special.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're not the muses?
No, they're special.
I didn't know that's the point.
Yes,
oh, that's good to know.
You need to buy those cards when you can afford them. And the earlier, the better.
Yeah, sure.
So when you get 8 of those cards, the game will end. You count up all your points. Whoever has the most points wins.
Got it.
Okay? That's the game. I really enjoyed this game. It's definitely a bit of a puzzle because you really have to think about the cards that you are acquiring to make sure that the icons that you're going for are going to be matching up with the other cards that you have. As an example, you might not want to buy a green card that doesn't have half a heart because your green card slot will always have a half a heart because it's printed on the board. Same with muses. Some of the muses match up with certain colors, and there's just like a lot of little things going on, and all you're trying to do is maximize your day. You're trying to get as many inspiration points as possible and decide whether or not you think it's worth it to go to work, because instead you might just want to write in your journal, go to the cafe, daydream, and then fall in love.
That's the dream, isn't it?
That was one of my days, straight up. And I was like, I'm not going to work today. Many weeks, I had a card that I would put out that was meet with your friends to complain about work. And I hadn't gone to work in like 3 weeks.
Sure. So you had nothing to talk about.
I had nothing to talk about. Anyways, it's great. It is, I don't think, available yet, but it will be coming out soon. I think what I heard was that it was supposed to be a Gen Con release, and their shipment didn't make it in time, unfortunately, as it does sometimes, or something like that happened.
It do be happening sometimes.
Anyways.
I don't really have anything to say about the gameplay because I haven't played it enough to really speak to it. I am enjoying the limited amount, few rounds I've played. It's beautiful.
It's so pretty.
It's very, very, very pretty. Yeah.
Very artistic. So if you're into like that kind of thing, if you're into little storytelling, but really it's optimization. It's an optimization puzzle.
I do somewhat compare it to It's like a more involved. What was that game? You could hang the box like it was a picture.
Hangman.
Canvas.
Yeah.
Similar to that.
Very
kind
similar.
of.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So I'm loving it. If you're interested, you want to play a game, let me know. I will play with you on BGA. I'll invite you to a game because I'm loving it. But my friends, those are 5 more games that we've been playing recently. We'd love to know in the comments below. Have you tried them? What do you think? We'd love to know. But we've played a few bangers.
Yeah,
Lots of good games have been happening. BPB.
Been playing bangers.
Pam, Beasley, and Jim. What a waste. And yeah, Jeff mentioned earlier, we've played way less games at GaggleCon than we have in previous years. We only played 9 games. Our first year we played like 40.
I think Rodney and Christy are very much family at this point. I think as we
just chatting.
Yeah, as that relationship has evolved,
Mm-hmm.
it's become less dependent on sitting down and playing games.
Not
that we don't want to do that, but we chat a little bit more. We go for dinners and
we're gonna play some games this weekend though, so don't worry. But I think that's everything that we have for today. Now, if you're interested,
I'm not if you're going to be this sassy with me.
If you're interested in buying board games like any of the many we talked about today, you should first start by checking out your friendly local gaming store. And for us, that is
the Boardroom Game Cafe.
If you like what you see,
please subscribe.
We hope to see you again soon. And now we say goodbye. Goodbye.
Later days.
Raccoons in Stardew?
The newest patch, there's a raccoon family, and you bring them stuff. You keep feeding them.
Don't tell me that.
They'll eventually give you stuff.
Oh my Lanta. Guess I gotta start playing Stardew again. Let's just do the snapshot first, okay?
Sure.
Sure. All right. Ready?
What do you what would be my what's the alternate?
Wow. I love that idea. What a fantastic idea you've just brought to me.
Jamie,
I never even thought of that idea.
Why are you being so weird?
Why are you being so weird?
If I suddenly was like, you know what, Jamie, that's the best idea.
Yeah, I'd love that. That'd be great. I'd love it. Could you do that?
You want me to do that every time you have an idea? Just be like, Jamie, this is the best idea you've ever had.
Well, yeah, because usually they are the best ideas.
But I have to do that every time, so then it doesn't have any meaning. Because everything would be the best idea you've ever had.
It is.
What's your Stream Deck do?
My Stream Deck, it lets me switch scenes, and then I can zoom in. No, because you literally go from here to here. So, I have to punch in, and I go upper zoom and lower zoom. But I can go here to here with one push of a button. You do that now. I just want to be a cool streamer, you know? Mm-hmm. You don't need it. Wow. Maybe once I stop streaming, which I will be doing at the end of the year. I need it more than you. My streams are more advanced. They're more complex. Are they? They're full of murder. Wow. Are you ready? We're going to do a snapshot. Is that character who does this? He's got the eyeballs on his head. I made that joke last time. I think we did that. You know what I'm talking about? Pan's Labyrinth. Is it Labyrinth? No, yeah. I don't think it's Pan's Labyrinth, is it? Yeah. Is it? Yeah. Oh. Ready? Sure. All right. I have a big baja on me today. So. We don't need one. Okay. Hello. For anybody that doesn't know, our board game Snapshots. Last night, I think the reason is last night I was sleeping. Zach's shopping. GaggleCon is just where we go to PEI. Your sticker's crooked. What? Your sticker's crooked. I don't care. Exactly. So, I feel like when we say you are a lot. Yeah. Yeah. Does it bother you? Well, I'd like to get through a sentence sometime. Would you? Maybe not. It's not big this way. It's big this way. It's like a small. It's a rectangle. But a small one. Why are you acting like what I'm trying to specify here? I don't understand what you're trying to say. It's crazy. What I'm trying to say is it's not like this box. Yeah. It's like this box. It's like that box. It would be smaller than that. Yeah. Well, taller, but so yeah. Why was that confusing? I don't know, because I didn't know what you were trying to say. I think she was just trying to make it more difficult for me. Clearly.